Welcome aboard, everybody. My name is Captain Nipson, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're playing Legend of the Dragoon. We have officially entered the second disc / chapter 2 of the game. And this is probably one of the more story-heavy chapters. Oh, they're all story-heavy, but I mean, we're going to get a little bit more info about the whole overarching story. We're going to figure out a little bit about Lloyd and what his objectives are. But just a quick recap, in the last episode, we finally made it to the end of Kaz's castle. We took on Kongol and beat him into the ground with Shauna. Then we went and healed up, and then we did a little prep just by, swapping some stuff around, and we went and took on Emperor Dole, who was a pretty tough fight. Albert died twice in that because I was being greedy and I wasn't defending like I should have been with him, knowing that Emperor Dole only spams like one of his strongest attacks when he gets down below half, and then he pretty much exclusively does his strongest attack when he gets to the red. So I could have played a little better, not had anybody die, but also just a word of advice. No one here heals up between the chapters, so if you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna start off at full HP, and then you go through this whole thing and you get your first fight and you were almost dead, you will still almost be dead. So either go heal up at inn or something like that, or use some items. But I'm gonna change the party out. I'm gonna put, hold on, let me, man, who do I want? I think I'm gonna put, I'm gonna swap Hashel out for Rose, just because I want to show off her new edition, and she didn't really get to do much in the last. At this point, I think I'm gonna kind of start keeping Dart out of the party unless it's required, just because like I've played this game so much, and this is the first time that this is the first time I'm doing this mod work and using the ability to swap him out. So, I've played the game probably, I don't know, 10, 12, maybe probably more times all the way through, and every one of those times I've had to use Dart. So until I feel like he is just super weak and needs to be brought up to snuff with everybody, we're gonna stick to non-Dart party members from here on out, unless everybody's like, no, I love Dart, no, he's like the best character. Hot take, he is not the best character. He's well written, but he's not the best character. I smell the ocean from this river. It is close to the sea. Is anything wrong with the bridge? It says Claire Bridge. It's the same name as my mom. Oh, my runaway daughter is named Claire too. Hint, hint, wink, nudge, nudge. That's a very odd thing. There may be some secret connection between us. It's impossible to have such a coincidence. I agree with you. Let's say the population of Indiana's continent is about 1 million, and 550,000 are women. According to the statistics of the Royal Personal Authority, 4% of all women have the name Claire. It means from a statistical point of view, let's just do the math because they're going to cut it out real quick. 550,000 times 0.04, 22,000 people have the name Claire. Just looking tells it all. They don't look like each other at all. Indeed. Cranioscopically speaking, the distance between their skull, eyeballs, and also their jawbones are. So, that's a little... Let's go. He won't finish talking until dusk. So that's a little insight into King Albert's, personality and how he's very different from Lavitz. Lavitz was a man of few words and action and, you know, standards, you know, your stereotypical knight character. I don't know where I'm going. And King Albert is the bookworm, who somehow is one of the strongest physical attackers. So, if you talk to the townspeople, and they'll tell you different things. So, like, this guy says the problem is bandits, and she says she got a flower from someone named Mr. Nello. If you're looking for a person, look for a bar. The more people, the more information. It's on the second floor of that building. That guy tells you where to start talking, because this is probably the most confusing city in start of a chapter in the whole game. This is the inn and the doctor's office. Or sorry, this is the doctor's office. You come up here. You can come up on this roof. Nothing up here. Over here, you can be healed of status effects and stuff. Bum, 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 bum. Shoot! Princess Emil's here! It's too sudden! It's scary! Gods, please help us through this. So apparently everybody's scared of the princess for... And she also has the villain music. Boom, boom, boom. I heard someone say, shoot. Who said that? Even the puppy's scared of her. Hey, I'm the princess in this country. You have to be nice to me. Excuse me, Your Highness. I would like you to name my soon-to-be-born baby. I don't think so. It's hell on wheels. Oh no! Disgusting. Stop crying. Since my husband was killed by bandits, this baby has been my only hope. Bandits? Phooey, you bore me. Oh, bitch. Oh no. Is that person Princess Emil? I heard that she was very sweet. Oh no. If this is a dream, wake me up. So you can come up here and talk to these guys. They kind of give you a little more. So basically they hint that, or they tell you that Princess Emil used to be a really nice person and now she's mean. It just 6 months ago, she went from being nice to a quote-unquote rowdy person. If you talk to this dude who tells you nobody's allowed to go into the castle except those without permission, that's hinting at that you might need to go get permission. I think up here is a Stardust. Oh, I can see the Aquaria Coral Reef. Well, that's all I can see. Okay, never mind. Little expedition, there's a exposition. Okay, so over here is the item. This is not on sale. Stardust. Don't think there's... So, there are many other things other than star-related products. So this town / country is obsessed. We can buy healing breezes here. They're obsessed with stars. That's what I was going to say. And astronomy and astrology and all that. So healing breezes, they heal the entire party's HP by half. If you have the cash, go ahead and get like 4 or 5. It's worth it, especially in a pinch. I'm going to get a couple more angel prayers. Also, make sure you have at least 3 of both of these, because enemies, and starting from disc 2 onward, are a lot more enemies. Have the ability to give you a status effect, not just bosses. Buy a couple of these, and then buy a couple of these. I'm just gonna get 5 of each because I have the inventory space. If you use magic a lot, especially in Dragoon form, it doesn't hurt to have Sun Rhapsodies. I don't use magic a lot, not because it's not. Nope, hold on. There's another. There it is. So yeah, there's a Stardust in one of these things. Magic is useful, and it is highly recommended on your first time to playing through. Use as much magic as you want, or as little. I don't feel the need for it. So you can come here and you can buy a couple of items. Ruby Ring, when you're hit by a magic attack, you get SP. Not really worth it in this. I'm just going to tell you outright. I don't believe it's worth it. It gives you, I think, 20 SP whenever you get by a magical attack. You're much better off putting on a ring or an accessory that will increase your defenses or do something else, because 20 SP isn't really worth it. It's not like the Spirit Ring where it gives it to you every turn regardless of what happens. So I would recommend not this. Also, the Sapphire Pin, probably not recommend. I mean, you get MP, but it's 10 instead of 20. So you can only use like your most basic Dragoon spells once after getting hit by this. Not really worth it. Now, the Emerald Earring and the Platinum Collar. These two, I would argue, are a little bit more worth it because most enemies are going to do physical attacks. Just statistically, you're going to get hit with a physical attack 9 times out of 10 by most basic wild encounters. So these, I could argue, would be worth it. The Platinum Collar, I would also argue is worth it, just because if you use a lot of magic, you could put it on whatever character you want, and you can buy one for the whole party if you really want to. That's just my personal opinion. I wouldn't say it's worth it. Here's another Stardust. But is there one in this? No. So this is the weapon shop. So you get access to some new weapons. I would recommend upgrading at least your weapons for everybody. Give this Shadow Cutter to Rose. The Chainmail, I would give. I'm just gonna buy one for Albert. Soft Boots, I will get one for both of these. Okay, so these are your standard things. So I'm gonna go ahead. I don't know if I've explained this item or not, but I'm gonna explain it to those who don't know what this is. It's pretty self-explanatory. Automatic additions, but you do half damage in SP. If you just absolutely cannot nail even the most, like, the basic additions, you can get this. I don't really recommend it because I'm almost 100% certain that it does not increase your addition count. But you can also get items that increase your character's physical defense, their attacking abilities. You can buy one of each for these different accessories. If you really hate like poison, you can get Poison Guard and put it on somebody. Probably the one that's probably going to be the most worth it to most people is going to be the Active Ring, because Dispiriting sucks. And if you're trying to get your Dragoon level up and you're Dispirited, you don't get any XP. You also can't transform if you don't have enough SP. The Protector, the arm blocking, like where you can't attack, is such a rare status effect. I would not ever bother with it. Plus, I think you could find like one or two of these throughout the course of the game if you know where to look. Panic Guard is pretty worth it. Confusion sucks because if you're in a regular fight, your characters can have the chance to run, so you get no XP. Stun Guard. I'm gonna go ahead and warn y'all. In the next dungeon, there's a regular enemy that can stun a character with its basic attack, and if you don't want to have to deal with that, and it's not even a rare encounter, it's a fairly normal encounter, go ahead and get 3 of these and slap them on your main 3 party just to avoid that, because let me tell you, you take double damage when you're stunned, so it's a death sentence on someone like Shauna or Rose, who have weak physical defense. Unless you can heal it between the enemy taking turns, they're probably going to get one shot, unless you're super over leveled. Also, fear is pretty good. There's not many enemies that can cause it. It's mostly bosses. But other than that, just, get basic upgrades, and let's continue onward. Cool little, you come in here, you can, they say go to the planetarium. Everybody's here. This is, so in Serdio, there's not really an established religion, at least not that I'm aware of, besides, Emperor Dole's state religion, where he's like God King or whatever. However that is, we don't learn enough about it to be able to comment really and speculate on the nature of the religion. But in Tiburoa, they actively worship the stars. Like, it is, they don't believe necessarily in a god. They believe that the stars control fate and people's personalities. They're very much into astrology. So he does talk about a creator god, Soa, but they believe that Soa created the stars, and then the stars handle everything. There's nothing. Oh, is there anything on this balcony? No, that's just a cool little neat balcony. Come up here. You can't. Hold on. What did that say? Under renovation. And sorry, we can only date in a broken planetarium. That's life. Uh-oh. Two-timing? Besides, this place suits us. It's as if it's our foretelling our fate. Damn! Oh, it's a love story. He's just an altar boy, and she's some rich woman, probably from a noble family. Aw, so sweet. Oh, it's so sweet. What happens if we go back in there? Ah, damn it. I was hoping it wouldn't do this. Sorry. We'll speed for this as best we can. I straight up thought they would just be over here talking and we could go up to them and they'd be like, can you leave us alone? My bad. It's been a while since I've actually gone and done a lot of the interactions in the game. Most of the time I just kind of zoomed through the game in my playthroughs. Excuse me, I'm burping a lot. So here's the planetarium. This is a cool little cutscene. I'm just gonna... Stars. So familiar, yet so sacred. Precious beings for Tiburoans. Stars are floating in a faraway realm. They travel in their realm with the help of the light from their own lantern. What we call starlight is the light from their lantern. Now, please enjoy our special Star Fantasia. And so they just kind of a cool little planetarium. There's nothing special in here, but it's kind of a cool little thing they added in the game. They didn't have to add it into the game. And is it the most visually impressive thing? No, but it's all. You're never gonna hear me complain about game developers adding stuff in just to make the game feel a little more alive. So you can't go in our love nest. Ugh, I don't want to go in there. It's closed. Can't go here. I don't think. Is it? There might be a Stardust. No. Like I said, I don't know all the Stardust off the top of my head. So here's the inn. Nah, we're doing fine all time. Man. Oops. Have you seen Princess Emile? Yeah, no, I saw her. I did not care for her. Okay, so after, if you don't want to do all that exploration, this building right here, where this guy, the first guy we talked to, said, "Hey, looking for a person, look for a bar." He's the guy who tells you how to progress the story right now. As a kid, let me tell you, this was so annoying. Oh, and you can leave the city, by the way. I'm not going to, but as a kid, I left the city and I just fought enemies for a hot minute, because when I was growing up, and also where I grew up, I did not have good internet until I was 13 or 14. Okay, not because the internet didn't exist. I'm not quite that old. But I lived on a small country farm way back in the holler, as they say, back in the way yonder, over them there hills and all that. And their AT&T had built phone lines, so we had dial-up, but it was not reliable. So I didn't, and also I was a very country kid. I'm a very stereotypical country kid. I played outside. I had four-wheelers / ATVs growing up. I loved to go fishing and hunting with. I played outside a lot. I mean, a lot. If I was one of those kids that if I was not in school, I was outside playing. Or as I got a little older, I would help out. I was helping out on the farm, or my grandma and her garden and stuff like that. So yeah, I grew up as a little old country boy, running around barefooted and playing in the dirt and all that good stuff. You know, people will talk crap, but honestly, I miss my childhood. Me and a couple of my best friends always got up to shenanigans. We were always hanging out. We would go visit each other. We would stay. I mean, I would walk to my friend's house and spend like the week there because we went to the same school. And so we would just carpool together, and they would come over to my house, and et cetera, et cetera. I had a pretty fun childhood. A lot of wild stories. I was rambunctious, to say the least. So this is coffee. I don't know if it's a play on the word coffee or just how they translated the name, but I think but she fits the definition of somebody who has drank too much coffee. Welcome, come on in, all the way to the back. Where's the back lady? Oh, such slowpokes. But I do love her theme song. You guys are from out of town, aren't you? So you can try and lie. There's really no point, but it's funny. No, we're from here. You liar! You don't look like you're from here. You're right. We're not as tan. A lot of the NPCs here are very tan. It's based off the Mediterranean, which I know y'all haven't seen enough to see that. But once you get in the overworld and you realize it's like on a big ocean bay and stuff, it's very much reminiscent of the Middle East. Specifically, some of the cities are built to around. Oh man, I wish I'd have to look up the town in real life. But when we get there, I'll look it up. And probably won't today. But You don't look like you're from here. Liar! Hey, Coffee, don't start up a fight with customers. I don't know why he's Italian, but he is. Okay. Sorry, I gotta go back to work. Why don't you come back later? I have lots of things to tell you. Besides, actually, we're not that busy. So if you choose the we're from here, you get cut off. So you got to do the other dialogue to progress the story. And it's going to replay. You guys, you smell like exotic foreigners. Let me give you a quick introduction to this town. You saw lots of star shapes in this town, didn't you? There were decorations on top of roofs or mosaics on the street, right? It's because Tipperoans have faith in the stars. Naturally, we have an advanced astronomy. They do. It's that's a cool little side thing. It's the study of stars, isn't it? Sounds wonderful. Right? We're here to pursue Lloyd. What do you say? What are you two guys whispering about? Are you becoming more interested in stars? So, you can say, yes, we are, and get a little bit more info about the stars, or you can say, I'm sorry, but the way to progress the story, I believe, is I'm sorry, but I'm going to hit yes, we are, because I'm going to shut the game off. Yeah, we are. Really? To tell you the truth, I love to talk about stars with people from out of town while working at this bar. Well, the stars are beyond the sky. They are way over the clouds. They are bright, although they are far away, because each of the stars has a lighthouse on it. Because they have a lighthouse. They never get lost in the sky. And, hey, Coffee, don't give the customers a hard time. Okay. Sorry, I had to go back to work. Why don't you come back later? I have lots of things to tell you. Besides, actually, we're not that busy. You've heard of flat Earth conspiracy. What about lighthouse stars conspiracy? So let's just skip through this. Yep, we're looking for a man named Lloyd. Lloyd. I don't know. If Miss Cappy the hipster... A whole different meaning back then. If Miss Cappy the hipster doesn't know, it means he probably isn't in this town. Are you still interested in hearing about stars? Hit Sorry, I only know things that everybody else knows. You're not a really good tour guide, Coffee. You know what? I'll introduce you to a person you would like. He's an astronomer named Fester. He's crazy about the moon that never sets. If you haven't figured it out by now, anything that has a red lettering, it's important. Little me sometimes understood that. And I do mean sometimes. I think he can tell you lots of interesting things. The moon that never sets? You know, the one over there, the strange star in the sky all the time, day or night. I heard he's doing research about the relationship between a monster called the Black Whatchamacallit and the moon that never sets. Why don't you drop by? He's next door. Hey, Coffee, stop goofing around. It's already dark outside. Okay. Sorry, I had to go back to work. Okay, so that is all of the dialogue that Coffee has, and you have to exhaust all of it to get to the point where she tells you about Fester to progress the story. So you can talk to the NPCs. These guys have the same dialogue. Interesting. They comment on the architecture. I'll also say the Fletz theme song that's playing right now is one of my favorite songs in the game. So we talked to this lady. Platinum hair. I think I saw someone like that in the city. Or in... Oh, sorry. It's rare for a young person to have platinum hair. I wonder if it's due to stress. So the bartender's like, yeah, Coffee's a good girl, but she talks too much. You can come over and talk to this dude. He's drunk, passed out, you know, like any person at a bar would be. So it's now nighttime. If it's not nighttime, you did not get the correct dialogue from Coffee. But before we progress the story any further, I'm going to save the game and call this episode quit. Did that save? Yeah, that did. But thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I've been getting, this series so far has been getting the most love out of everything I've put out, which is one full series and this. So it's not, but I thank everybody that has been watching it and been showing the love on YouTube and stuff. If you guys like what y'all are seeing, please, leave some comments, like the video, help it get a little more traction. I know the LOD fan base always shows up and shows out for people showing this game off and stuff, because for like me, every time I see somebody playing LOD, I'm gonna show them love, because honestly, like a lot of the people in the community, this is probably our number one most wished for remake / remaster, just to see what this game in modern times and with modern, I guess modern capabilities would be the best word, could be like in the future. I know I've seen some people playing around with AI, showing, like different characters off, what they could potentially look like. I'm not a big proponent of AI. I don't really like it. I think overall, I think it's going to have a negative impact on society. That's neither here nor there. That's my personal opinions from an IT background and, different things like that. Also, AI is just so hard to, we don't have it nailed down right now, and there's so many problems with it. Also, so many people just are scummy with AI, especially like AI art. It just, people will just add in images they have no right to. Sorry, getting on a rant. That me and my coworker the other day had a huge argument about using ChatGPT to figure out issues in IT and stuff. I said no. I just said that's stupid. It's a waste of time. But anyways, tangent over with for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like seeing, comment, and if you want to, if you really want to show your support, I would love, for us, to subscribe, because I'm going to keep churning out content. I'm probably just going to stick to one series at a time right now, just because of time constraints and my personal life is busy. It's busier than ever. That's also kind of why I accidentally ended up taking a 2-week break. I got sick for really sick for a week almost, and then the next week of catching up on all my work that I missed out on was just hellacious. Luckily, I have a really great job and everybody was really understanding. They weren't too hard on me. But for now, I think I'm gonna stick to one series at a time, except for little one-off videos here and there that I might work on. But thank you all so much for watching. Sorry, long outro. Just felt like talking a little bit. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.